and we're out here in the Shively Agroforest checking out some pawpaw trees today. Gonna teach you all some things we've been learning about pawpaws lately, and let's check it out. So this is my wife Rachel. She's out here painting the pawpaw trees, doing a great job today. She loves it out here in the orchard. She's a huge part of what we do. So we're in the original pawpaw forest here in the Shively Agroforest in Louisville, Kentucky here, and we are doing a little precautionary painting on the trees. We recently found this milk paint that is allowed in organic certification. It's milk-based paint, and you mix any paint, whether it's latex paint or milk paint, you mix it 50-50 with water. So 50% paint, 50% water. Paint the trees all the way up to the branches. On the south side mostly. You can do the whole trunk, but the north side, as you can see here, the north side's in shade. See, there's the sun, winter sun, low and hitting the south. This is the T2 pawpaw here. You can see it's got lots of nice flower buds on it right here, right there. Those are the flower buds, those round, fuzzy buds that are about the size of a BB. See those? Those are the flower buds.
How do you dilute the paint, out of curiosity, when you're painting trees?
Just put a cup or two or a pint, and you mix it, you pour it in a bucket, and then you get a pint of water and you pour it in and mix it. So it's just
a 50-50.
50-50 equal ratio. You can paint the lower parts of the branches too. And what this does is this is going to keep the tree, this paint keeps the tree from warming up because it reflects the sunlight. The white reflects the sunlight off the tree. And when that's reflected, that means it doesn't absorb into the tissue of the tree and warm it up. Because what happens is the trees can warm up when the sun is hitting them on a warm, sunny winter day like this. And then what happens is the temperature plummets at night, well below freezing, very, very rapidly. And that warm tissue then splits open. Okay, and I'm gonna show you where it split open on this one. Okay, there's where it split open. You see this big vertical crack? That is probably from winter southwest injury is what it's called. See those big cracks down there? It goes all the way up, and this is quite lethal to the tree. And so we're finding that you really need to paint all the trees every single year and just make sure they're painted. And the paint doesn't last forever. It lasts maybe a season or two, then you gotta go through and paint them again. If you want organic certified products, go for the milk paint. I think it's called Milk Paint Company. You can look it up on the Omri website, OMRI. Do an Omri search. And this is actually, this big rotted stump right there is where a root sucker was allowed to grow, much like this one you see right here. We need to cut those out today. And it had gotten really big. It was below the graft line, and it was taking over the tree. And this is the grafted portion. And so when that was cut out, pawpaws don't heal real rapidly from big cuts. So you want to really avoid creating large wounds on the trunk from pruning. So you want to take any suckers out when they're nice and small like this. You just lop those off down there at the base. This is a Prima 1216. This is an amazing variety. It's loaded up with flower buds. That's a flower bud. And it's loaded up. This tree does really well. It's been in the ground about 8 years now. Gets huge fruit on it. They ripen very late. Really nice variety. And these are some other pawpaw trees in here. That one got a little storm damage there. You can see that busted over. They're fragile. The pawpaw trees are fragile trees. These are getting pretty big now. They're probably pushing 20 feet tall. These are seedlings. It's a mix of grafted trees and seedlings back here. These are suckers coming off the Prima tree, off the root stock. They can get pretty big, they grow pretty fast. So those should be cut out too, because those are pulling away energy from the grafted portion of the tree. So this is a tubex tree tube, and apparently this is what happens when you leave them on too long. They're supposed to just split off in time, but look at these mushrooms on here. This trunk is all rotted out. So this grafted pawpaw tree is doomed. You can see it's a pretty good sized tree too. It's been out here for about 7 or 8 years now. And you know, that's never a good thing to see. So you really want to take these plastic tubes off, because they can really strangle the tree even though they're supposed to split. We've tried a number of different tree shelters before. Blue X. These are tubex. This one's doing okay. This tree's growing a little slower. You can see it's not girdling it yet, but that should be taken off. What we really prefer best of all is a nice hardware cloth cage like this one. And that can breathe, so the tree's never gonna rot in there. It's not smothering it with plastic, it's not shading it out, it's not creating
dark.
it's not dark and creating an environment for insects and roly-polies and slugs. So hardware cloth is great. It keeps the weed whackers off, keeps the mice off, gives the trees a little bit of protection. And pawpaw trees definitely need protection from a lot of things. So this here is a sunflower tree, sunflower variety pawpaw. And you can see it's getting pretty good size here. One time I hand pollinated this tree and counted over 100 fruits on it. And you can see it's got a nice girth to it. Just got freshly painted today. And this tree was planted in 2009, so it's going on 12 years old or so. So this is what you can expect in about 12 years on a pawpaw tree on absolutely ideal ground here in Louisville.